Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back. It has been quite some time. Just the other day, we got a ton of news, including Leagues 5 from Summer Summit 2024. And today, I'm here to deep dive into that, give you all the news, give you the breakdown, and most of all, talk about Leagues 5. But before we get into that, I know it has been just about a year since I have posted any video, and some of you might be wondering why that is, why I'm all of a sudden just now coming back, and, well, you're looking at them. This is my brand new account. It is my group Iron Man. So let me explain. Just coming off of Leagues 4, which I got really addicted to because that was my first Leagues. I ended up not making any more videos or content after I did a live stream, and I think I uploaded like one video right on League's launch day of last year. I uploaded about one video and realized that I was super addicted. I never even wanted to step away to upload a video, which was really a poor decision on my choice. But I made that decision, and I just told myself I would just come back. I would recap. What ended up happening was I came off of a RuneScape high, coming off of Leagues 4, and my real life friends, probably a month before Leagues 4, in anticipation for Leagues, they made a group Ironman. I was part of that decision, but I wasn't enjoying RuneScape too much at the time because I had only ever played a main before. So what happened with me, I basically was burning out on the game due to the fact that, oh, I need a Armadillo God Sword, or I need full Masori. Let me just go do Vorkath for 8 hours and I'll have whatever I want. And I didn't know it at the time, but that was absolutely killing me. Like, I was hating the game because of that. So what happened, I came off of Leagues 4 with the RuneScape high. So I'm playing the group Ironman, trying to get my account leveled up and really get to where get a head start, because everyone else is still kind of taking a break from Leagues. I found a new way to play the game, and I got completely addicted. I played nonstop for at least 3 or 4 months, and pretty much here we are. I power leveled. I did a bunch of AFK stuff, so I actually have a lot of game time because I did it like while I slept or while I went to work. I did a whole bunch of things, but this is my stats over just the course of a year, and mind you, that's also working a full-time job. I got engaged. I've made several moves. I did several job changes, and I still played some other games on the side. 56 rune crafting is my only blemish on this account, and it will probably stay that way until I decide to do Desert Treasure 2. So, I've almost completed every single quest. I've done quite a lot of diaries. I'm working on a couple elite diaries now. I think I have around 14 or 15 quests that I have to do. But I have nonstop been playing this game because Iron Man is so fun. I basically only played Iron Man, even though I'm a group Iron Man. All my friends are very far behind me. They're doing their own adventure, but I'm basically supplying them. That's kind of how this is working. So, anyways, that is why I have been gone for a year. I'm sorry I've not made any content. I've just been incredibly enjoying the game. But I am now coming back. One, because Leagues 5 is coming out, and I can't wait to deep dive and talk about it with you guys. Secondly, I have gotten to the point in my account where the few biggest grinds are for the most part over, and now it's a bunch of AFK tasks, mediocrely AFK stuff now, or I'm going to do a Slayer task, or I'm going to do a Slayer boss, or I gotta wait for so and so to get on so we can go and do Bandos, or TOA or something like that. It's a bunch of that stuff now. I still have a couple active things that I need to do. Like I'm 78 construction right now, and I have to do a bunch of mahogany homes for my house in order to get 83 construction, I think, to go ahead and max it out. Um, still have to level up Slayer a little bit, but a bunch of that is going to be AFK. Still have to get like 76, 78 agility, somewhere in there. There's a certain breakpoint in there that really helps, and there's a Zulrah shortcut. Still need to get like 84 thieving. There's a few active things that I have to do, but for the most part, the big crafting grind is over. The big herb lore grind is over. A lot of the construction grind is over. I just have like 4 or 5 more levels, but that's fine. I can do that outside video times or work times. And then apart from that, it's just a bunch of elite diaries and doing some bossing. As you can see, I actually have gotten the Emberlight. That was a Greater Demon Slayer task, and I actually got 2 back to back. They were super close to each other. It was like 5 kills apart. Super crazy. This account has been so much fun. I'm very thoroughly enjoying it, but I am now back from my RuneScape addiction. I shouldn't have to break away from doing videos. I shouldn't get sucked in like that again. I should be able to follow up with news posts pretty much every day now. So I'm very excited to be back. And I'm very excited for Leagues 5. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the beginning of Summer Summit 2024. Okay, so we're going to start off strong. We're going to start off with Leagues 5 information, because I know that is what the majority of y'all are here for, especially because I was primarily known for a bunch of Leagues information a year ago. So, Leagues 5, Raging Echoes. We're gonna get into this name too here in a minute. It's a big topic. We don't have a ton of information just yet. However, we do have a couple ideas about what content is going to be in the game. It's going to be a lot like Shattered Relics. However, there is some new content. So pretty much what they're working on doing is keeping Leagues from now on. It's going to be very similar to Shattered Relics, at least the base part of it. So the base part of it is going to be Shattered Relics. However, they're going to be adding new bits and pieces of content based on what they want to do for that Leagues into Shattered Relics. That's pretty much what's going to be happening. And this year, looks like we are getting Raging Echoes on top of Shattered Relics. So let's go ahead and dive in. It's official, a new iteration of old school RuneScape Leagues is on the horizon, bringing with it new mechanics, a twist on some familiar enemies, and of course, shiny new rewards. Like you thought, we couldn't get enough of the Leagues last year, and we just couldn't wait to bring you another one. Which, I will say, on that note, this is one of the most recent time periods in between Leagues. I think this is like a year on the dot, which is crazy. This was super fast. I think it might even be less than a year. It might be like 11 months or 10 months since we like got out of Leagues into this announcement. I think it's going to be a full year by the time Leagues actually drops, but that is super recent. Definitely the most recent of all the Leagues launches. Our next installment brings plenty of new challenges while retaining the comfort of the familiar. So yeah, it's talking about Shattered Relics here. Plenty of new challenges, which is interesting that they say that. What's more, we also revealed that Leagues 5 Raging Echoes is coming late November. That is just 2 months away, guys. Late November is just 2 months away. Very excited, very soon. That's right, we're mere months away. Don't panic, this blog will get you updated on everything you need to know before Leagues 5 begins, and we'll be dropping plenty of hints, tips, and insights along the way. So, just like last year, if you're not following their Old School RuneScape Twitter or X account, I would recommend to go ahead and do that, because they drop tips at some point. Once they start dropping tips, they will drop tips every single day up into Leagues. Both tips, hints, and leaks, which I will also be breaking those down on my YouTube channel, so stay tuned for that. You can join the league's Discord server to chat more about the update, which is also a handy place. Send us feedback and help with all those important strategies. Or just wing it. Whatever your approach, you're in for an absolute treat. Of course. So the overview. Okay. So never played leagues before. We got you covered. Here are the basics. You start on a completely fresh account, separate from your main account. However, you do have the opportunity to get certain rewards, which can be linked back to your main account. You can either sell them or use them for cosmetics. Your journey begins in Lumbridge, much like all adventures in Old School, and until you get some completed tasks under your belt, you'll be locked to Mistalin, which is Lumbridge to Varrock to Fossil Island. Through a quick leagues tutorial, you'll be able to unlock Karamja, giving you your first 2 starting areas. So you do actually get Karamja as part of Mistalin as well. So you won't have to unlock Karamja. You'll be able to go and do the Inferno or fight caves or any of that stuff in Karamja as well. You'll be able to unlock other areas after completing tasks and accumulating points. You can only unlock 3 additional regions after that, so make those choices count. So you have Karamja, Mistalin, and then 3 other regions. The more regions you have available, the more tasks you'll be able to complete. Tick tasks off to rack up points and unlock powerful relics that switch your gameplay up. This game mode is temporary, meaning you'll have 6 whole weeks to build that power and see just how far you can get. I am sad that it's only 6 weeks, because a lot of us that work full-time jobs, it becomes kind of a pain to really max out your account and really push that barrier in 6 weeks. It almost feels like the sweet spot would be like 7 to 8 weeks. But I understand it is supposed to be a challenge to really cap out. So that's fine. So getting down into nitty gritty, looking at the rules. Area locking is one of the most interesting things about leagues, so much so that we've decided to make it a core part of leagues going forward, which is the part about shattered relics being pretty much the base for leagues going forward. If you've played leagues before, you'll be very familiar with this rule set, but just in case, let's break it down. Area locks. Your character will begin their journey with only Mistalin and Karamja unlocked. More areas can be unlocked by completing a fixed number of tasks. Which, by the way, tasks unlocking more areas, just a quick tip here. Since tasks unlock more areas, a lot of times it is very beneficial for your first unlocked area to have a lot of tasks in it, which areas do have different amounts of tasks and different easier tasks, different harder tasks. So a good choice might be for your first area unlock to pick a area that has a lot of easier or medium difficulty tasks to do, so you can unlock your next second area unlock. Note the number of points provided by the tasks do not matter, only the number of tasks. Correct. So again, like I said, that might want to be your focus for your first area unless you really know what you're doing. These unlockable areas are the Wilderness, the Fremnik Isles, Asgarnia, Mauritania, the Caridian Desert, Kandarin, Turanwin, Corinth, and Kebos, and our newest area, Varlamore, which, just a heads up, we haven't gotten into it yet, but Varlamore Part 2 will be released by the time this drops. So keep that in mind. Varlamore actually will have a lot of content, and from what we know, Varlamore Part 2 is dropping early November, so there will probably still be a lot of new, fresh content that you haven't experienced yet by the time Leagues 5 drops. So keep that in mind. Varlamore will be fresh and full of content. You will only be able to respawn in areas you've already unlocked. That's office, the player-owned house, random event, and the essence mines will be accessible from all areas. Slayer tasks will be limited to creatures found in the areas you have unlocked. This is very crucial. Keep that in mind. If you want to push Slayer, you might want to continue area locking yourself so you can get specific tasks until you really are progressed in Slayer to where you want in anyways. But regardless, it'll be like 5 times XP or more, so Slayer might be easy. There might even be a Slayer perk we don't really know yet, but just Something to keep in mind. Treasure Tail steps will be limited to the areas you have unlocked, which is another key thing. I spammed medium clues last leagues because I area locked myself to Mauritania and Michelin to start out, and it really helped me bang out medium clues like crazy fast. Iron mode with accelerated XP rates. Everyone will play as an iron character, meaning there will be no trading between players. To accommodate the increased number of iron players, shops will fully restock whenever they are opened. This is super helpful for buying any and everything that you need. Everybody will start with a 5 times accelerated XP rate. This multiplier increases further at specific relic tiers. So, more relic tiers that you unlock, which you unlock with points, which are different from tasks. Just bear with me on that. You get more XP rates. So, starting stats, fresh iron character, the basic stats from Victoria Island, as well as level 3 Herblore and level 5 Runecraft, so you don't have to do Druidic Ritual or the Runecrafting quest, Runes of Mystery or something. These starting sets will let you access low-level Herblore and Runecraft training methods. Run energy. Leagues is all about high energy, exponential progression, which means we don't want your character getting stuck having to walk while on the grind. Once again, your run energy will never deplete. This is a permanent thing going forward from what they said, so look forward to that. Quest and Diary unlocked. Some quests or diary tasks that require access to inaccessible areas will be automatically unlocked, most notably Druidic Ritual to unlock Herblore, Lost City to unlock access to Xanaris. You'll also get a free Dream Stat to be claimed from the League Tutor, which will allow you to access Xanaris. So, we all get instant access to Xanaris and fairy rings starting out. On to tasks. Tasks are a collection of goals and achievements for you to complete during the league. Anything from skilling, killing creatures, and getting drops to completing quests, playing minigames, and taking off diary entries can be found on the task list. Completing tasks nets you those all-important league points, which you can use to unlock relics and other rewards. The more difficult the tasks, the more points you will get. Super easy to pick out your next goal and get going. Task interface handily sorts all tasks into tiers ranging from easy to master. Once again, regions will be unlocked based on how many tasks you completed, not the number of points you earn. Some tasks will be area specific, but each area has its fair share of challenges, and don't forget those new bosses. Which new bosses? We'll get into that just a minute. Examples of area-specific tasks include enter Draenor Manor, complete the Easy Varrock Diary, defeat Scarius, mine 25 Pure Essence. Examples of general tasks, which can be completed in any region, include bury some bones, complete a rooftop agility course, equip a maple shortbow, defeat a guard. We try and have every area within 10 to 20% of each other's points, so that any combination of area picks won't stop you from getting your mitts on the trophies. Relics. Leagues is your opportunity to gain power at exponential levels, which means you could end up facing ferocious foes in a fraction of the time it took you in the main game. And some of you may take on quests that you haven't even reached on your main. This is all thanks to Relics. Relics gives you buffs to customize your gameplay, meaning you can really lean into your strategy. Unlocked with League points, they offer XP boosts, combat buffs, improved luck, and more. As you start your journey, you'll be given your first choice between 3 Tier 1 relics, and it's up to you to complete tasks, gain more points, and build your league's experience for yourself. We know you like to map out your route ahead of time, so we'll be sharing plenty more information on relics as we approach the start of Leagues 5, Raging Echoes. Keep an eye out for sneak peeks along their way. Again, keep an eye on their Discord and their Twitter/X. Rewards, League Trophy. As with past leagues, you'll have the chance to add another trophy to your collection placed in any tier, and you'll get the corresponding trophy from bronze all the way up to dragon. We're continuing with the static points threshold this year, meaning you can keep your eyes on the prize from the get-go. League to league rewards. When you earn certain rewards during your league's journey, you'll have them in future leagues too. Generally, there are 3 categories of league to league rewards: pets, right-click icons, and armor sets. Pets, some cute and cuddly, some a little less friendly looking, but all immediately your bestie, ready to follow you wherever you may go, even from league to league. As long as you achieve the drop during the event and ensured your pets will be waiting for you next time a league comes a knocking. If you lose them in any other circumstance, you can reclaim them from the league tutor. Carrying over a pet from a previous league will not complete any pet-specific tasks. Your main game pets will remain where they are, and your league pets will not follow you back to the main game. Right-click icons are automatically obtained and will show everyone who right-clicks you how well you performed in the previous league with a unique symbol appropriate to your tier. Nice. So, what is new? Instead of rotating out content and rule sets, we plan to build on the league's experience with each iteration. All the best parts will stick around, alongside new additions, which makes leagues even more fun to play. We're keeping the area lock system as a core part of leagues while finding ways to enhance it with each iteration, and we're pretty excited about our approach for Leagues 5. This time we've added a new area to your options, Varlamore. You'll be able to access everything from Part 1 as well as the Huayquatl, the Herblore activity, and everything else Part 2 has to offer. Prioritizing which tasks to do and which relics to build out your account, Oh, I think they made a typo. Okay, prioritizing which tasks to do and which relics to build out your account with is the league staple. No, I made a reading typo. Okay. And Raging Echoes will be no different, especially when we add a few new features into the mix. Combat Mastery. So this is a new bit of content. I'm very excited to talk about this. Combat Masteries are the new core of your combat power. This system complements the relic system to give you greater control of your battle buffs. Progress in the league, advance your combat mastery alongside your relics, and choose new effects and boosts. We'll share more on the combat mastery system and what to expect as we get closer to kickoff. So, real quick tidbit on this. During the live stream, which I wouldn't mind breaking down the live stream at some point, however, it's very short-lived. In the live stream, what they said is the combat mastery is completely separate from the relic tier system, though it complements it. And so in the past, what would happen is you would have a combat relic next to like a Slayer buff relic or a one tick fishing relic or something like that. And so what would happen is you're having to choose now in between this crazy good utility relic or having a combat relic. And we all know that the in-game, especially the fun in-game stuff in leagues, comes down to combat and how funnily stupid you can be at like Nex or Tob or Corporal Beast or something like that, right? Like that is what the in-game for leagues is. So choosing a crazy good utility thing is great at first and it can get you a lot of points, but again, what happens is now you're losing some of that fun in building your combat character, right? So basically what they're trying to do here is they're trying to separate those and make those decisions not really happen anymore. So what you should really look forward to for this leagues, which I'm very excited for, is combat mastery. So like basically having a separate relic tree almost, and it's all combat related, and then you have a relic system which is all utility or skilling related. So I'm so excited for this. This was such a good change. I absolutely hated having to pick in between some of the utility things because there were a couple that was pretty painful to choose in between, but I'm glad that they have the system. Let's go ahead and move on. Echo boss variants. So this is the League's 5 specific content. This is what Raging Echoes refers to, and these are those new bosses that we were talking about earlier. So curious about the meaning behind this year's subtitle? That's good because we're about to tell you all about it. This year we're unleashing enhanced bosses into the world, one in each area. So every area will have one, no need to worry about that. They may seem familiar at first glance, but each new boss will have slightly different mechanics, keeping you on your toes if you want to be in with a chance at the best loot. That's right, not only do they have new moves, they have new loot to boot, and stuff you've never seen in old school before. So I don't know if they're going to create completely brand new fresh items or if they're going to pull items from the previous iteration of the game, whether that be RuneScape 2, maybe even RuneScape 3, because that would make some sense because they have an idea of some items and some of those items are pretty bonkers. Like, I would not be surprised if one of these happens to be a divine spirit shield. Like, I could totally see that happening. It's just like a straight, like, what was it, 40% damage reduction or something? It was crazy. Some of these items may serve similar purposes to ones you've seen before, like the strong ranged weapon we're adding to the Calphite Queen's drop table, which competes with the best in slot gear found in other regions, which They haven't 100% gotten done with everything, but they are, just like you see in this comment that I just read, they are adjusting certain bosses in certain areas to really balance out the loot in between areas. So, for example, Calfight Queen in this case is actually getting a ranged weapon added to our drop table just for leagues, so that desert feels not so mage based, which would be very interesting. So, these new items should shake up the area meta, encouraging intrepid explorers to try new regions and new activities. We'll be sharing which items drop where before launch, so you'll have plenty of time to think through your approach. We can't wait to see the diverse builds you all come up with. I'm curious if by this they mean the brand new crazy items that the enhanced bosses are going to drop, or if they're going to leave that to be a surprise. Very curious again. Tasks and relics. While the task relic system remains the same, you'll see new activities to complete and new relics to unlock. Alongside some of your favorites from last year, I really hope the one that lets you teleport back and forth comes back. That would be great. It's so broken. It's so fun. We'll be revealing more of these as we head towards the launch, so stay tuned for that. I'll keep you guys posted as well. Main game rewards. You won't leave the leagues empty-handed. As always, we have a veritable hoard of treasure for you to take back to the main game. After the league ends, you'll be able to spend your league points in the main game league's reward store. These rewards are purely cosmetic, and unless otherwise stated, they're tradable too. You'll also have another chance to purchase previous league rewards from the shop if you happen to have any points from previous leagues weighing down your pockets. We'll divulge more on our proposed rewards, take your feedback, and pull them properly later, but for now, here's a little peek behind the curtain. A league-specific banner, home teleport animation scroll and outfit, equipment ornament kits, 2 player-owned house reskins. That sounds awesome. A new portal nexus and a death animation override. That sounds pretty good. Love dying. I don't like that it's a piece of content that not everyone can use, because obviously hardcore Iron Man, but I mean, maybe they'll die one day. The list above isn't exhaustive, nor are its contents set in stone. Oh, go on, you've twisted our arm. Here's a look at the concept art for Venator Bow Ornament Kit. I guess that is equipment ornament kits. Interesting. Eyes turn blue when firing, and it bounces. The projectile it shoots is a little head. That's very funny. Since these cosmetics will appear in the main game, you'll soon get the opportunity to vote on whether you'd like to see them or not. We're also keen to hear any suggestions the community has regarding rewards, so feel free to show off your ideas in all the usual channels. That's it, your first look at Leagues 5 Raging Echoes. The rewards greenlight poll is just around the corner, so keep an eye out for the blog with everything you need to know. Like last year, we'll be trickling out exciting reveals as we move closer to launch, so keep your eyes peeled. That is all for the Leagues 5 content. Here's a little look at the updated map. Yeah, and Barlamore is right here. And then this, I believe, is the new bits and pieces of Farlamore that is coming out. Very excited. Very, very excited. And I can't wait to see all the Echo boss variants and to hear about their area balancing metas, or meta balancing area changes that they have. Very excited. I will keep you guys posted with anything new that comes out and some more of the Summer Summit changes and updates and stuff, as there is a lot to really deep dive into. In particular, I can think of 2 more videos that I'll be posting here within the next probably 3 or 4 days, updating you guys on the Summer Summit, so stay tuned for that. And as always, it is a pleasure. I'm glad to be back. I've missed y'all so. Hopefully my RuneScape addiction is over, at the very least temporarily, and hopefully it won't be so bad. I swear I'll go to rehab one day. I love you guys. Peace.